Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating a pink glittery cut crease on Jess. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with the Karma Ayurveda lavender toner and I'm just misting that all over her face. Then I'm going in with the Arcona cranberry toner on a cotton pad and I'm just going to swipe that on her face. This just refreshes the skin and it smells so good. So I always like using this on myself and other people. Next I'm using the Farmacy Honey Drop Moisturiser all over the skin just to hydrate. For the lips, I'm using a Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker on the lips just to prep it. So in the end, we can go ahead and apply lipstick. For brows, I'm using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade number 3 and I'm just outlining her brows. I'm priming her eyelids using the MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. Concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. And I'm using that under her eyebrows to cover up any extra hair and to brighten the brow. For eyeshadow, I'm going in with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. You guys know this is my all-time favorite palette. I'm using the shade Tempera on her eyelids just to brighten and even out the skin. Then I'm taking the shade Raw Sienna on a blending brush and I'm popping that on her crease. The next shade is Red Ochre. I'm just using that with the same brush and popping that on the crease to deepen it up and to create a bit of depth. Going in with a Love Letter from the same palette, I wanted a bit of a pinky tone, so I added that on the crease as well. Then I'm taking the shade Cypress Umber and using that on the outer corner of the eyes. Going in with the same concealer that I used to brighten under her eyebrows, I'm using that to cut the crease, so I'm just cutting on the half of the crease and on the lid so we can apply another color on top. We do this so the color that we apply on top can stand out. I'm using the shade Born Fresco on top of where I put the concealer just to set that in place. Then I'm taking the Too Faced glitter glue and the MAC pigment in shade Rose and I'm popping that on the areas where I applied the concealer. So I first put one layer of the glitter glue, then I picked up the pigment and I popped it right on top of the glitter glue. This just helps to grab the pigment and it intensifies it. Then on a brush, I'm taking the shade Venetian Red and I'm just putting that on the edge of where I put the pigment so it looks blended. Then I'm taking a glitter liner from Tarte. This is the shade Rose Gold and I just applied that on the crease like a thin line. Then I'm going in with the Mecca Max primer, the blurring primer, and pop that all over the face. Then I use the NYX primer, the green one, to get rid of that redness. For foundation, I'm using the Inglot YSM Cream Foundation in the shade 43, and I mix that with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light Sand. I mix both those shades and I'm applying that all over her face for a full coverage, just using a buffing brush. Moving on to concealer, I'm using the same Tarte Shape Tape concealer under her eyes to brighten. This is significantly lighter than her skin tone, so this is going to help brighten really well. Then I'm taking the Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder and I'm popping that all over the face and on the under eye to set the foundation and the concealer. For bronzer, I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer and I'm popping that on the perimeters of the face in a 3 motion just to warm up the skin so she doesn't look as pale. Contour her face, I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour palette, and I'm taking that lightest shade. I'm using a brush to just carve out the cheekbones. I'm using a eyeshadow blending brush and taking the lightest shade of contour, and I'm contouring her nose as well. For blush, I'm taking the Tarte Blush Bazaar Amazonian Clay blush palette. This is a limited edition palette, so I just used a nude shade and applied it. For highlighter, I'm using the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Double Gleam, and I'm popping that on the highest points of the face. So the tops of the cheeks, the nose, the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose, center of the forehead, you know. To get rid of that powderiness and to blend everything in, I'm using the MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just spritzing that all over her face. I'm just popping some, you know, dramatic lashes. These don't really have a brand name, these are just like random ones, but these were nice and dramatic, so I used them. For brows, I wanted to make them a little bolder, so I'm using the Anastasia pomade in the shade dark brown and blonde mixed together. Then I'm taking the shade Red Ochre and Love Letter and popping that under her lash line using a pencil brush. For mascara, I'm taking the Inglot False Lash Effect mascara and just joining the false lash and the natural lash and popping that on the lower lash as well. For eyeliner, I'm taking the Lakme Kajal in the shade Black and popping that on the waterline. For the top lash line, I'm taking the MAC gel liner in Blacktrack, and I'm, you know, blending the lashes and making sure the line is very neat on top and super black. For lips, I'm taking the Wet n Wild gel lip liner in the shade Bear to Comment, and I lined her lips. And to fill it in, I'm taking the Anastasia lip palette and taking that first shade, which is like a peachy pinky color, like a salmon color. I'm using a lip brush and applying that all over her lips. And I just want to add a bit of gloss, so I'm taking the Morphe cream lip polish. This doesn't have a shade, oh, it's called Blush, and I popped that right in the center. To finish it off, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It setting spray all over her face to set it in. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Really hope that you enjoyed. That was a quick, well, not really quick, but it's actually super easy. It's a pink cut crease, like a mauve pink cut crease. So I really hope that you enjoyed. Please give this video a massive thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. All products will be listed down in the description box. And yeah, really hope that you enjoy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.